Hey everyone, it is me, GiGi, coming on with my air sign video. This is meant to resonate with Sun, Moon, and Rising, and it is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Sorry you guys, I haven't been on in some time. I was sick, going through Ascension, and if you've been watching the 2-minute tarots, you kind of seen the transition. I lost my voice for a while, and then I was on vacation this past weekend, but all that beside, I'm getting to it this week. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to ask the universe to place a bubble around me and anyone that is tuning into this video. Please fill this bubble with bright white lights, 3 golden rings, and violet flames. May it shine so bright that nothing negative may ever attach. Also, guys, please make sure that you are liking and sharing these videos. I am trying to reach as many people in the collective. And also, I just love hearing your comments and stuff. So make sure that you actually post them down below. If you would like to book a private reading, my information will be in the description box. Let's jump right in. What is going on with my air signs this week? What is going on with my air signs this week? What is going on with my air signs? Okay, so the first card to fall out is the 2 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, 2 more cards, 2 more cards, the Strength card, and 1 more card. Oop, 2 more fell out. We'll take them both. Okay, the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Wow. All right, air signs. So starting off, there is a lot going on in your love life at this moment, with the 2 of Cups being the first card to fall out. For some of you guys, maybe this isn't your love life, but it's happening within. But a large majority of you, I'm feeling like there's a lot going on within your love life. And with the 5 of Pentacles, it seems like things are a little out of balance. Like you were working towards gaining stability and gaining clarity within certain situations, but then out of nowhere, it feels like the rug was kind of snatched from underneath you and you've lost your way. I see that you're allowing your mouth to lead the way rather than utilizing your eyes. You're not paying attention to things that are right in front of you, which is how you've gotten out of balance in the first place. This 5 of Pentacles is so intense to me. But it's just being led by your mouth, talking more than you're listening, not really being open to receiving the lessons and the wisdom that is surrounding you. And it's gotten you out of balance. You can't see. If he was to put his feet on the ground, if your eyes are on your feet, you cannot see. So you're just walking blindly. That's what's happening right now. I feel like within love, you're walking blindly and just kind of moving from a low vibrational place. And the energies can be interchangeable. So maybe the person that you are connecting with is doing that. But whatever way we look at it, I feel that there's just walking blindly ahead, not really following your intuition, not really paying attention to the signs and synchronicities and aligning yourself with your truth. You were working towards building such great things, and then you just threw it all away. And for some of you guys, like I said, this doesn't have to do with relationships. It has to do with yourself. Maybe you had been working towards a lot of things, and then out of nowhere, you just kind of stopped, or you stopped being open to receiving the guidance and the wisdom that you needed, and so you kind of fell off a little bit. So this week it's important for you to get back to it. With the Page of Pentacles being the center of the reading, this is saying that you're being guided right now to kind of remember to take those steps, remember to take care of yourself, and honestly to remember and reevaluate just how far you've gone and how far you plan to go. Get back to the purpose and align with your pinnacle, what it is that you're trying to attract. It's so easy sometimes to get off track because we lose our vision. We lose sight of things as things become difficult. And as you're continuing to move throughout the days and throughout your life, there's going to be a lot of challenges, especially when you're working towards changing your narrative, changing your story. When you're working towards changing the way that things were going, it's hard. That's difficult. And there's a lot of negative energies pulling towards you. So if you don't stop to ground yourself and to realign, you end up looking like this, where you're leading and doing more talking than listening, not being open, not guiding yourself, not paying attention to what is right in front of you. because your eyes are on your feet and you're not seeing. So it's time for you to open yourself back up to the wisdom and the knowledge, and to pull yourself out of the victim consciousness and out of the mentality that you're powerless, because you are the only person that actually has power over your own situation. So this week is about you remembering that, remembering why you started this journey, and remembering what it is going to take for you to get there, and honestly reminding yourself of what it's going to be like when you get there. Because sometimes we just need that revamp of this. Oh, this is why I'm doing that. This is why I was going through that. This is why this happened. Sometimes you forget why things are taking place, and you just get stuck in the, oh, well, this keeps happening to me and I can't see, and I just don't know what I need to do, and I'm not aligning, and you're not even practicing gratitude. I feel like some of you guys have started even slacking on your spiritual practices. And it's all because you're being misled. It's all because you've lost sight of your purpose and lost sight of your why. It's time for you to reground and balance yourself out. Refine your inspiration again. Remember what it is that you're working towards, and remember what it is that you need to build. The most important time to be spiritual in my eyes is when things are difficult. It's so easy to practice gratitude when you have a ton of things to be grateful for, when everything is good and it's all flowing in. But it's much harder to keep the same mentality when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Trust me, I've been there. When it feels like everything is, all the odds are stacked against you, how are you going to sit here and be grateful? But you're grateful because even though things are stacked against you, you're still here. You're still moving forward. You still have things to look towards. There's a reason for your situation. And if you change the narrative and actually sit with yourself and meditate, I guarantee you that you will discover why things are happening the way that they are, so that you can actually gain your balance and move forward and get your head out of your ass. And if it's not you with your head in your ass, then you need to tell whoever's connecting with you. But I'm going to be honest with you, air signs. I'm sensing that this is your energy. It could be interchangeable. This is a general reading, so if you need further clarification or clarity, then book a private reading with me. But I don't mean to trigger anyone. We all get into that space. I know I get into that space. I know everyone does. We're all human beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And with that being said, you have human emotions and human issues that pop up and cause you to get back into a low vibrational place. But it's important for you to remind yourself that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Therefore, you have all of the tools and everything that you need within to pull yourself out of the situation that you found yourself in. You just have to remember your why. The Strength card came out, obviously. Air signs, I feel like you always get Leo energy in there. Like it always has to pop out. I haven't channeled for y'all in about 3 weeks, and every time a Leo will pop out, I feel like. Anyways, so some of you guys are dealing with a Leo, a very significant one. Others of you, this is just you remembering your strength and remembering to face your demons head on. It's scarier. A fear is no longer a fear when you shine the light on it. You're no longer scared of the dark when you turn the light switch on. So this is just about you facing your fears and realizing that they're not as scary as they once seemed. That these issues and these demons and these monsters, whatever pulled you into this Five of Pentacles energy, is actually not as powerful as you've made it. You are stronger than whatever circumstance has come into your life and made you feel weak, made you feel powerless, made you feel like you have no way to move. Only you can pull yourself out of this, and the way for you to do that is to remind yourself, like I said, how far you have already come and where you are going, and remember your why. That's what your whole advice for the week is to just remember your why and realign, meditate, get outside in nature, ground yourself. Remember your strength, find your strength. And honor your strength, honor yourself, and honor the things that you are building, honor the things that you are working towards, honor your truth. Because until you get back into alignment with yourself and get back grounded, you're not moving with the loving flow of the universal energy that surrounds us all and that is available to us all. And if you ever get out of flow, you are the one that left. The universe never leaves us. It can't. The universe is in all things. So therefore, it's important for you to remind yourself that you too are a part of the universe, and get back in alignment with the loving energy that surrounds us. Get back to your gratitude practices, air signs. Get back into seeing the brighter side of things instead of being stuck in this pessimistic place. Because if you find things to be mad about, you'll always find more things to be mad about. If you change the narrative, if you find things to be glad about, you will find more things to be glad about, more things to be happy about, more things to celebrate. So it's time for you to, even in the storm, find those things to be grateful for. Find those golden nuggets that are hidden beneath the surface, and remember your why. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands ending your reading for your overall outcome, I see that this is you. If you look at him, he is teasing that dark energy. I feel like it's important for you to now reconnect with your spiritual practices and remember that this race isn't over. Remember that you have all of the tools that you need to make it to the finish line, and then some, to make it past the finish line. To the point people are going to see you running past the finish line like, the race already ended. It's back there. The finish line is back there. And you're like, I know, but I trained for this and I'm not tired, so I'm going to run until I'm tired. Like, literally reminding yourself of the energy that you hold within and the power that you hold within to defeat the darker side. Remembering that your inner child and all of the work that you've done needs you, like, it needed to be done. You've done this work to protect your inner child. Their inner child needs you. Some of you guys are needing to reconnect with that inner child. Some of you guys are needing to connect with your children. Like, there's just a lot of energy of new beginnings and needing to change the narrative and get out of that adulthood, get out of that pessimistic attitude, get out of that I'm stuck here, because you're not. You are only stuck where you choose to remain. You can change the narrative. You can move yourself out of it. You can. You've done it before, time and time again. King of Cups is clarifying the Two of Cups. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles. The Three of Wands is clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So many missed opportunities because you're closed off. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. There's so many wands here. There's definitely fire energy in your reading for sure. The Nine of Wands. Clarify, or in the Ace of Wands. Strength card. Two of Swords. The Hermit. I actually feel like I have to take it on this side. The Hermit. And the Seven of Pentacles is the last card. Seven of Pentacles. What's going on? Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Nine of Cups. All right, so with the King of Cups coming out for the Two of Cups, like I said, there is a lot happening within your love life this week, air signs, or in general. There's just, you lost your way. That's what I feel. Like, you lost control and lost your footing. The rug was pulled from underneath you, and what was once feeling so magical and so connected became something that was like a burden to you, and you lost your footing. You lost what grounded you. And I feel like you're trying this week to get back into that King of Cups space and to remember to honor your emotions, and honestly to get in touch with your emotions, because air signs, it's kind of hard for you to, when you get out of balance, you're air. So when you get out of balance, you are all over the place, period. Your thoughts are everywhere. Everything is everywhere. You're unorganized. You're scattered. You don't even know what you really want anymore. You don't know where you're supposed to go. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you look frazzled. You look sick. Everyone can tell when an air sign is not in alignment. And that is what has been happening for you. So this week, I feel like you're trying to get control of your emotions again and to remember the situation and to I feel like you're going to be gaining control over the situation, so to speak, because you're seeing the areas where you were stuck or where you needed to change things, or vice versa. You're seeing areas where this person wasn't in alignment with you and where they are needing to change, or you're needing to pull away from someone. I just feel like there's just a lot of movement going on, but it's also a very still week, which doesn't make much sense. But I see there's a lot of movement. Yet at the same time, you're very still. You're very confused, just conflicted. I don't know how to say that. Whatever. Just conflicted. That's what I feel. There's just a lot of back and forth. I don't know what to do. So you're moving, but because you haven't stopped to get still, you're moving all over the place. So this week you're trying to get still again, and you're trying to ground yourself so that now when you are moving, it is in a logical way, and you're moving towards things that are in alignment with you, as opposed to moving to things that are just everywhere and everything. I see that you're getting back to the King of Cups energy and remembering to honor your own emotions, and honestly trying to figure out and evaluate your emotions. With the Three of Wands clarifying the Five of Pentacles, it's like what I was saying. I feel like there's so many missed opportunities happening, regardless of if this is in love or in business partnerships or jobs, whatever. But they're being missed because you're literally standing on your eyes. Like, you are not paying attention. And that's because you have all of this stuff going on. It is time for you to get balanced again so that you can see that there are opportunities coming in for you to rectify and heal the situation. There are things that are being presented to you right now to raise your vibration, but you have to get grounded, air signs, get back into your meditation, get back into your zone so that you're able to see the opportunities that are being presented, because right now you're missing them. Just because you cannot pay attention, there's all these things happening around you that have made you lose your focus. Get back to it. Get back to your wand. Get back to self-discovery. Get back to the things that are flowing into your life. Get back to you. Find that balance again, and remember your why. Like, I keep saying that because that's what I keep hearing. Just remember your why. Remember why all of this is happening. Meditate, and all of the answers that you seek are within. They literally are waiting to be revealed to you. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like and the Ace of Wands, you have to go back and you have to bring forth an apology. You have to bring forth something to someone. And I see, like I said, there's a love life that's a lot going on. So maybe you need to apologize to someone that you have wronged. You need to apologize to, look at it, it's him, the wounded warrior, going back to this woman. So it's like you need to go, you have some explaining to do. And once you have cleared your karma up and done your explaining and handled things in a way that is in alignment with you, boom, Ace of Wands flows in, and a new day is able to arise, and you're able to instantly flow back into the things. And with the red cardinal right there, you're able to get grounded again, because that's your root chakra. So therefore, apologize where you need to apologize and let some things go. For those of you guys that don't have any apologies that you need to pay out, then this is about you honoring and apologizing to yourself for getting ungrounded and for allowing the wounds to overtake the body. What was just a little cut has literally made you shut your whole body down. Pretty much you went down for a paper cut. And I'm not downplaying the situations that were happening, but in the scale of things, whatever situations have been taking place in your life, they are so small in the larger scheme of things. They are so small in your overall vision and in your overall purpose. You cannot let this situation slow you down from what you came to this planet to do. Again, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Remember that and align yourself. Find your heart. Find your truth. Because until you do that, you're going to still be in this wounded warrior and in this space. He's just looking mad, looking at these wands. He's buried them, but he's still holding on to all of it. Like, you buried them for what? Now you're just standing there looking grumpy, missing out on your new days, missing out on your opportunities. It's time to go back. It's time to make amends where you need to make amends and move forward, because there is a new day awaiting you. There is a new structure and love and light flowing into your life, but you have to make the decision to stand in your strength or to stand in your victimhood. Whatever you decide is where you shall be. But I see that you've already been in this space of, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm never going to make it. I feel like this is happening to me and I have no power. You have to remind yourself that you have all the power because it is your life. Maybe you can't control every circumstance that happens in your life, but you can control how you respond, how you react, and what you do, how you carry yourself. You can control how you show up in the world. So like I said, it's time for you to make the decision. Are you going to sit here and let life happen to you? Are you going to sit here? Are you going to stand up? Not even sit. Are you going to stand up and make life happen for you? You control that. You can control your narrative. So it's time for you to change your story, air signs. With the Hermit energy coming out, and then there's a moon in this card, which there's a new moon coming, and a dove. You're needing right now to sit with yourself. You're needing to meditate. You're needing to reflect, get back into your spiritual practices so that some truths can be revealed to you so that you can know which way to move. And until you get grounded again, air signs, you're going to be all over the place. So this is about, you getting back in alignment with the spiritual practice so that you're able to regain your focus and regain your footing and remember which place to go. Remember which direction you need to move in order to awaken as that dove, in order to honor the truths. So there's a lot that is being revealed, and in order for you to face the darker side of things, you have to sit within yourself so that you can understand why these situations are happening. And then from that moment when that knowledge is revealed to you, you then know how to react. You then know what you need to be doing. You then know your next steps. Directly ask the universe, what are my next steps? Show me a sign. How do I move? What do I need to do? But I already see that a lot of you guys are going to be doing that. I just feel like this week is you regaining your footing, because you end the week with the 9 of Cups. So your angels come in with the messages to fill yourself back up, because the 9 of Cups to me is all about self-love before you get to that 10 of Cups, which is when you're having everything filled with love. So you regain your self-love this week. You remember your why. You remember your purpose. You remember what it is that you came here to do. Your angels and guides and mentors have been trying to get you back into the flow of things, and I see that this week you finally let them guide you. You let them step back in to shield you and hug you and support you. And now, because of that, you're able to gain some clarity and things don't feel so tragic, because that's how it feels right now. Like your life has become a tragedy. So I got these new oracle cards while I was in Chicago, and I love them. They are called the Sacred Rebels Oracle, and they are so beautiful. Messages are so powerful. I'm very excited to pull one for you, air signs. So let's see what comes out. I'm going to shuffle one more time. All right, what is my air signs messages? What is my air sign? Okay. Going beyond normal. Hey, I just pulled this card for myself earlier. Number 14, which is the number 5, the number of change. On the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems risky or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. There's a time and a place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision-making tools: intuition, feelings, and those things you know without knowing how you know them. The flowing inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time, to draw upon reliable methods, and to prepare with certain tools. However, there is also a healthy dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid healing art. You are being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There is a sense of what might work in a loose or even a detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There is no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. You may have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditioned nature to do things according to the rules, to a deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to trust that you are being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It is a pure and heart-centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean in a teacup. It is far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is a fringe-dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away as you seem pretty normal, but the secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you are an out and proud waiting to show it. And maybe you are an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. I want you to realize that this is a legitimate and empowered and creative way to live that honors all of you are. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set of so-called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you are going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that is meaningful to you. This will require you to have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart's truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and loving. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its naturally spontaneous and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course. All right, air signs, that has been your reading for this week. I love you guys so much. Please make sure that you're liking these videos, and I'm so glad to be back with you guys. Thank you. Namaste.